Hello, beautiful people of the internet. My name is Ryan. Welcome back to Blueprints. It's episode number 98. It will be day 116 as soon as we get to the game. But first, we're playing the game. We just aren't playing it. You know what I mean? I've been doing what I sometimes do and reviewing a new clue before I record. Because if I found a new clue, I would know what to do. I don't know that I know what to do, but I have noticed a couple extra things this time while looking through the book that may be something, that could be nothing. And I want to walk you through what those are. Because as I recently learned from our gentle nudge, new clues are found only in books. And a new clue is a place that I definitely still have puzzles to solve. So here's kind of what I've been looking at. Let me see if I can get the correct pages pulled up for you. So first things first. There are a couple moments where I think we might be getting... I think I have understood a couple clues that I may have already solved. For instance, I'm pretty sure this part at the bottom, for you are looking for a new clue too, for clues come together like a pair of new shoes. Maybe that has something to do with shoes, but I think what's happening is it's saying, find the two new clue books, pair them together. That will give you that will give you more information than just one of the books together. We have two new clues. We're pushing them together to see what happens. There's another place where I think that is also probably a clue. Okay. On this page, there is... Where was it? There's something that's interesting here. So, it has always bothered me that it starts with retraced his sketches, when retraced his steps is definitely the phrase that we are familiar with. Retracing sketches does not make a lot of sense. Why would it include that? It also says retraced steps later. One might be to draw attention to the steps, the medium gait of it all. The, steps matter. Steps in this, that's a word that has some weight in this game. Both your footsteps and also your gait and also etc. So there's that. The other thing is that I think, as you well know, we are probably... I'm obsessed with knocking on the door of these random-ass drawings, denoted in verse, investor needed, etc. I think those might be the sketches that get referenced in this part. Retracing the sketches. I don't know. Do I need to put all of the drawings together and retrace them together? I don't know. I think that might be what is referenced there. He had rewritten his theories, aka reviewed all his cases. That gets changed to reviewed all his cases and gone through the piles. Now, here's what's interesting about cases. Follow me on this red thread moment. Cases obviously refers to open cases for a detective, right? But it also could refer to upper and lower case for letters. Each of the lines in this book start with an uppercase letter. In fact, at one point, a couple points, it gets changed. This is a lowercase HE that gets changed to an uppercase H and also an uppercase E, which I find to be a very weird thing to do. Is it on purpose? Is it on accident? I don't know. Here's the problem. That's not the only place that this weird case thing happens, because on this page, we are given the, denoted in verse. We're going to move words around. For some reason, this A stays capitalized. Nothing else stays capitalized. That doesn't really freak me out at all. What does freak me out is right here. Nope, it's not right here. Yes, it is right here, but it's in the other book. Okay. In this book, I know I sound nuts right now. In this book, R-I-G-H-T, the I is capitalized as well as the R. The first letter we would understand being capitalized. The second letter, we're not exactly sure. In this one, the W and the R are capitalized. The I, the T, and the E are not. Why? Are we reviewing our cases, our upper and lower cases? Of course, I've had for a while the idea that maybe in this book, if you were to take the first letter of every line and jumble it or something, maybe you would get something. The problem is that most of these pages have like H, 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 and A. That's not going to be a word other than maybe, ah! Of course, we have the cases here, the upper cases when you shift a book around. D and S are capitalized. The D and the S stay capitalized. This is a nice way of showing that you are shifting things around. But why R-I-W-R? Why? I don't know. So anyways, long story short, I'm a little bit concerned with the cases in terms of that being upper and lower case. What are the other things I was looking at? Let's go back to here. Okay, here. Every space is capitalized. I think that's just a reference to the fact that the numbers are placed in the spaces between the words. So if you look at this page versus this page, the spaces between the words are pretty large on this page. It looks weird. That is too much space between these words, at least compared to the font of prior pages. It's just slightly bigger because I think at least it looks bigger because you have to fit all these numbers in. I went to the wrong page. You know what I mean? You have to fit all these these little letters in. So I think that's what this every pace means. I don't know why it says checked every space. Checking the spaces between the words? I don't know. It also does say insert small case numbers. Why is it small case numbers? I don't even know what a small case number is. There aren't upper and lower case numbers. Anyways, that's a little weird to me. I think this is one of the weirdest things in the game that I don't understand. He looked under beds and in nooks. I haven't found anything in Nook that speaks to me. So I'm absolutely just going to add it to my list to look back at nooks. This X also worries me. Does it mean that I have missed a bed somewhere in the game that I should go under? I should look under. I don't know. The other thing is that we have another... Why change so to and here? So tome after tome and tome after tome. Why do that? And then I think in this case, it actually gets changed back. Does it affect the puzzle that would be uppercase letters or something? I don't know, man. I think most of what these colors and covers are looking at is the XYZ ABC puzzle that I know I still need to solve in a new... I think I still need to solve in a new clue. And that's about as far as I got, and then I got a little tired of looking at pages instead of playing the game. Even though this is, of course, playing the game. But... yeah, that's probably about where I'll stop it for now. I don't know. Anyways, welcome back to Blueprints. Our goal today, unrelated to a new clue, is actually just to bless the shit out of the monk. We're going to use the blessing of the monk to draft a new set of rooms in the outdoor space. As we do that, we will also get treasure trove. We build our cash stack, and we discover if there is anything new to find out in the outer room. That's our plan. That's the whole deal. Beyond that, I'm pretty much uninterested. So I actually don't remember. What room did we... We've tried entrance hall and master bedroom. What room did we call it a day in last time? I don't remember. It's been like a week since I recorded, so I can't remember off the top of my head. It's going to be a surprise to me, though probably not to you. That's right, treasure trove. I have the gem, which is good. Let's see what happens when you draft treasure trove outside of the house. The treasure is in the trove, but not in the house? I don't know. Does that mean anything? I mean, that's a weird fucking box, right? That's got to be a win. That's got to be a big win. If we can also get this... I don't know if we can draft the room twice, unfortunately. If we can also draft it inside, then we might be... rich as hell. We need a new... we need a key. That looks like a box I've never seen before. I mean, it's black. It's got the symbol on the top. The Arinda symbol. Yeah, the Arindian symbol. Arindian? I don't know. Let's get a key. This is exciting. This is very exciting. Break room gives you a key. That's true. But I have to do math to earn it, which means it's my least favorite key in the game. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right. We'll ignore it for now. The more of those I have to do, the worse it gets. In terms of difficulty. And I know I just know there's going to be like a storeroom here real quick. Right? Always good too. We've still got a break room key we can figure out later. In the meantime, let's go use this key. Oh my god. What do I think is going to be in here? My honest guess is a not exciting one. But I hope that it's more than this. My guess is it's allowance. Because it tends to be the thing where, like, if you do something very weird in the game that should cause some sort of odd reaction, sometimes they just give you allowance, which is great. My dream would be a letter or some type of lore. Wait, what the fuck? I can't open it? It's not giving me a... Is it a different key? What does that mean? If it's a different key, what does that mean? Oh my god, if it's a different key, that's really exciting because that means we have actually something... Sorry, let me... I'm taking a screenshot and I'm saving it. We'll call this Weird Box. Yeah. Okay, 100%. I need a Arinda-shaped key to get in here. Well. How do we get an Arinda-shaped key? Let me write that down. This is exciting. Because this means... I would bet I would bet... I would bet real money that this means that the clue from... Sorry, the memo from Treasure Trove that says... Oh! I wasn't even thinking about this one. You'll need a key to obtain the true treasure of the trove. Well, I was going to say the one that says the true treasure of the trove is... This one's false, we think. True, we think. But I forgot that there's also the one about you will need a key. So this one we're pretty damn sure is true. Memo... Seven we think is basically false on a technicality. So I am going to write that down. We think it's false on a technicality. It is in this room, just not in the house. Which is not a technicality at all, but you know what I'm saying. It's misleading in a productive way. Now, how the fuck do we get an Orinda-shaped key? That's amazing. That's super exciting. All right, let's keep going. We have 4 more days of the monk. Let's keep rolling. We have other ideas of rooms that we would like to put out here. And I think we could probably, if I had to guess, get Treasure Trove back out here at any point in time in the future, as long as we have this blessing. So, some of my next sort of candidates for... Oh, I should have taken security there. For placing in the outer room are Secret Garden, Foundation, Secret Passageway, Throne Room, Antechamber, Tunnel, and anything with 4 doors. My lowest priorities on that list are both Foundation and Tunnel. Foundation because I'm scared it's going to break the game. And Tunnel because you don't get the chance to draft from the room. So, why... Lost and Found here is decent because the only item I have is a lunchbox. Let's take it. So why go there at all? We got Wrench, Secret Garden Key, which is good. That's perfect because that's kind of what I would like to try, and we can try that next. Okay. Gosh, sorry. Okay. So in this run, same shit as usual. Treasure Trove, Conservatory, Observatory. Now, Secret Passage I'm very interested in doing. So maybe we try Secret Passage right now. But this is a very common room for me to get. And Secret Garden Key is a little bit less common. So I think we'll try Secret Garden Key. We have a shovel. It's just, it's in coat check. Keep drafting rooms here. Oh, I should have taken coat check. What am I doing? I just saw something I wanted and I just grabbed it without thinking. We don't need to make this run go forever, but I do want to get Secret Garden, and I do want to get other... Damn it. Other things that I would eventually like. Getting Garage is on my list because I would like to try to walk out here some more. It's been a while since I've been out there. The like northern west path. I'm just updating you. I've told you before, but I'm just updating you on what's on my to-do list. Observatory here. We could also grab Shovel here. Let's grab Shovel. What am I going to get from Shovel that is going to help me long term? Observatory helps me long term. The more I get in the more stars I get in the sky, the better things are. 100%. Okay, we are looking for... I think we could take Geist Bedroom here. We're looking for a western or eastern file. Locked room. Use Secret Garden Key on. We have Treasure Trove outside of the house, meaning I think it's out of the, draft pool. We got Observatory. We did not get Conservatory, but that's okay. That's low. That's probably lowest on my list of Observatory, Treasure Trove, Lost and Found. So I think this is probably the perfect place to call it. Something with a open sky is very interesting to me. From a drafting in the outer room situation. I want to see how the game handles it, and that's most of my curiosity. So if we call it a day here, we should see what's up here, I guess, just to see. If we call it a day up here, we should get a interesting. Oh, that's cool. I've never. The secrets you find. There's a little offset brick area, which should point to the fact that there is something behind that brick wall if you didn't know it already. You know? This brick wall right here, there's a little extra thing. Okay. Blessing of the Monk just says, call it a day. So let's call it a day right here. And see what's next. See what happens if you get the secret garden outside. Man, we're cooking. I'm loving this. I'm having so much fun. Treasure trove is definitely a thing. To draft in the outer room in the future. Now, here's the question. Is there more to treasure trove than what we just did? What I mean by that, of course there is, because I have to get a key, right? I don't know how you get the key. But is the totality of treasure trove as a room and puzzle greater than drafting it in the outer room and opening that box? I'm going to call that the true treasure of the trove. That box, the black box of outdoor treasure trove, because that makes a lot of sense to me. Now, here's the interesting thing. What I don't know is if there is more to the puzzle or more to the room. Of course, there's money, but is there more to the room than just that? One, in my list of gentle nudges, treasure trove was on the list. Was it pointing? So I don't know. Was it on the list because of what I'm trying to do right now, or was it on the list for something else? Two, the memos mostly refer to two things. The truthfulness of other boxes or memos in the room, and the true treasure trove. The true treasure of the trove. Like, this one refers to something else, but is about, can you trust this colored memo in this color box? I would say at this point, signs point towards this being the end-all be-all of treasure trove. I'm open to the possibility that that is not the case, and here's one thing we should immediately check. Turns out the oft-rumored treasure of Mount Holly was more than just a rumor. I was going to say, does the description mention anything else? It says the treasure. It says the treasure of Mount Holly. My headphones are going to die. I got to plug them in. Okay. So, with that solved, with that talked through, I think it's likely that I think it's possible that the black box is the point of treasure trove. With that talked through, the next question is treasure trove the point of Blessing of the Monk? Because if it is, then all of the other stuff that I want to draft out here has, at best, minimal interest, minimal usefulness. Now, of course, it's still interesting to me. The fact that you can re-break the vases in the new entrance hall, the fact that you, et cetera, that means there's stuff there. That means there's... What does Secret Garden look like here? It goes deep, which is interesting. I would not have guessed that. This is weird. This is very strange. I don't like this. It feels very weird. There's a hole up there. Is that the shrine hands? That's the shrine hands. That's weird to me. Here's why that's weird. It looks like the shrine is like peeking, but the shrine is a smaller room in general, right? I think. Now I can't remember. Does the shrine have this big hole in the ceiling? I think it does. I'm 99.9% sure it does. What I'm trying to say is that it looks like this room was just shoved into a space that is generally occupied by the shrine. Why would the space be, like, default occupied by the shrine? Why would the space be default occupied by the shrine? And two, if it's default occupied, why is it, like, shoved? Why is the ceiling going through this person's chin? You know? I don't know. It's all very weird. But that's interesting. It's very interesting. Do I think there's anything to do with that? Probably not. Does this work? We should check that it works. It works. That does make me interested. If you draft antechamber out here, it's on my list. Do these levers work to open doors out here? I don't think it would matter because the doors go nowhere. They are not draftable. You know, they are just doors. But okay, I'm gonna check Secret Garden off the list. That leaves 3 days left of Blessing of the Monk. I would say we go hunting for our normal situation. The normal set of rooms, the desired rooms. But then I think Secret Passage makes a lot of sense to try next. I'm sitting here thinking through other rooms that might make sense in some way, shape, or form. Those were all dumb. None of that worked out. Would any of these rooms be interesting drafted outdoors? I mean, we maybe just need to keep a list of what we have drafted outdoors. I have a list so far. But the other thing we could do is we could just draft forever trying to get them, you know? Trying to get new stuff. The problem is I don't have... I've played 110 days of this game and I've only got, or whatever, however many days, 117. And I've gotten Blessing of the Monk one time. So it does feel a little bit like we're... But now that we know that it exists and is powerful, we can also just, like, keep drawing in order to get it. We could just start new runs, go, donate money, see what happens. If we get it, great. If we don't, we can call it a day. We're just drawing rooms for the sake of getting Secret Passageway, which I think is pretty common. And trying to fill in our other resource rooms. Like Treasure Trove. Closed exhibit is a problem because of the fact that I don't have a security key card anymore. Okay. So let's set up an experiment. Security level should be low. I'm also... Playing this game is such a weird experience because how do I phrase this? Okay. I think one of the struggles the longer you play the game is that I'm going to grab magnifying glass, by the way, and I'll talk about why later. When you start playing the game, you walk into a room and you have no baggage holding you down in terms of seeing that room. Now, of course, you have assumptions that hold you back. You have, you know, a baseline level of curiosity or distraction that is either benefiting or not benefiting you, you know. When I walk into a room that has something interesting that I haven't found, early in the game, all I have is, like, curiosity to look through it. Late in the game, something interesting happens, which is that most of the time walking through rooms in this game, I find myself thinking about a new clue, or the outer room, or the letter puzzle, which I have not been able to solve, which has been open on my PC for days. I have all of this stuff up here, this like higher level puzzling that I'm thinking about, which necessarily means I am not just seeing the room. I'm thinking about other things. The tough part, I find, the tough part but very fun part is you walk into a room and you need to balance that. You need to balance, okay, deep breath, new perspective. Act like you've never been here before. How do I see this room in a new way? How do I see stuff I might have missed? Now, at the same time, I have to walk into the room and say, would this make a good room to shove in the outer room? Or, Kirk Darren is mentioned in the book, A New Clue manuscript, about some documents. Do I need to think about that in this room? Do I need to, like, you're just constantly filtering it through a whole 100 plus hours of experience. You are burdened by memory, burdened by connections. It's lovely. It completely changes the game. Completely changes the game. Okay, I like this. Whatever you draft, a shop room, gain a star. Set your dice to 2. We'll do gain a star. And hopefully we can draft at least a couple. Shops to mess with things. We're drafting all over the place here. Okay, the goal is treasure trove. The goal is the goal is conservatory in the other corner. The goal is what else? Observatory, the usual suspects. I'm not going to grab shovel out because at this point my goal is to do more runs rather than increase the resources of this run. And then the goal is to draft... That's right. The goal is to draft Secret Passage so that I can call it a day inside of that. Okay. Deep breaths. Act like you've never been here before. There is a cuckoo clock. Cuckoo 2. And this is the room with all of the clocks. Do you think there's anything to do with that? I'm obsessed with this Cuckoo 2 bullshit. Obsessed, I say. Obsessed, I say. Okay, let's go to the other corner. See if we can't make a... That's a shop, by the way. That's why I picked it. See if we can't make a treasure trove happen. Those are 2 good ones. I'd love conservatory or treasure trove in this corner, though. Come on. Don't do this to me. God damn it. God damn it. God damn it. Okay. That didn't work at all. This room, it has been forever since I've been into. Truly. It's got a boob light on the ceiling. My daughter, when she was super young, we're talking like months old, was obsessed with the boob light on the ceiling of one of our rooms. And I'm like, I get it, girl. I get it. So, we have not tunneled off of the map in the A corridor. This is the last, let's do it. This is the last file that we have not tunneled off of the map. And it's on my list to do it. I also... Now, here's a question. I've been under the assumption today that when I drafted Treasure Trove in the outer room, that I could not... At first, I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. If I draft it inside, that gives me a lot of money. That's great. It still wouldn't have given me enough to get the gift shop blue tents purchase. But here's the question. We know... Okay. This is a very game mechanic-based question, but I think it might be important. The 3 rooms I have drafted outside, the 4 rooms now, are Entrance Hall, Room 46, Secret Garden, and Treasure Trove. I have not seen any of them in the draft pool since I drafted them outside. However, I have been in one of those rooms twice in one run. Entrance Hall. Entrance Hall is not a part of the draft pool. It's just on the map immediately. Treasure Trove is a part of the draft pool. As far as I'm aware, Room 46 is not a part of the draft pool. But it's also, as far as I'm aware, not on the map immediately. Like Entrance Hall is. Does what I'm saying make sense? If drafting a room outdoors prevents you from drafting it later, that means one thing. That means try to go north out of Antechamber and see what the fuck happens. I assumed you could still get to Room 46 because the blue crown was not in there. And that was very weird to me. And I was like, oh, they must not want to give it to you right off the bat. It must be in Room 46. I could be wrong. Now, if you can't draft a room after you've put it in the outer room, and Room 46 is not technically drafting, because it's not, as far as I'm aware, you just open the door and walk in, you unlock it, then that's, you know, a different way that might work out. The reason this matters is that we need to test. We can't determine which of those 2 things is true, but we can test, can you get to Room 46? Room 46, outside, then north of Antechamber. I can't believe I didn't actually try that on that run. The reason I thought of all of this is I have now drafted Tunnel on the E rank, the D rank, and the B rank to get north of the house to see what happens when you dead end. I don't think I can do it on the C rank because... Or sorry, the C file. Shit, the C file. Because Antechamber's in the way, and you don't technically draft out of the north room of Antechamber, I think. You just go to Room 46. But if Room 46 was not there, could you walk... That's when I was like, wait, if Room 46 isn't there, could I walk out of the north? I don't know what happens. Anyways, we're doing the a file right now, and that's what matters. But my goal is to keep writing things down on my to-do list and to keep fucking around and finding out. Forgot about this part. Shit. The things get locked. We're gonna need keys, probably. Maybe. It hurts me to not take secret passage right there. That's exactly when I needed it. I have no items in my inventory. I certainly don't have a sledgehammer. Okay. We have coat check, so we could definitely get the shovel and come back. And I think I'm going to do that next. The reason is we are actually kind of in an interesting spot where I don't have any... I have very few junctions. Very few rooms yet to draft. Is there anything I could buy in here that would make my life easier? Compass, emerald bracelet is just no gem cost. Silver spoon is... I think we probably buy moon pendant and... ornate compass right now. Because moon pendant allows us to potentially keep ornate compass for next time and anything else that we grab. Yeah, things are a little sketchy. I'm using a lot of footsteps, so it wouldn't have been the worst to get some... food, but we might get some turnips. Okay, we have this. Let's first go here. Just dig up a bunch of shit. Money, money, money. Turnip. I was debating taking silver spoon, and I was like, if we're gonna go get the shovel, then food is hypothetically less of an issue. I think we use this key. Because there's a chance you multiply it. Damn it. Damn it. I might regret that later. No dig spot in here? Yeah, we've got a million dig spots the other direction. This is the one we're drafting outside because throne room is 100% one of the ones I'm interested in doing. Okay, so that's very interesting. I think we rotated a little bit. The fuck? You can't rotate? Why can't you rotate throne room? What? I'm immediately writing that down on my list of questions. Why can't you rotate? That feels big. That feels like a... Oh my god, it's all happening so fast I can't keep up with anything, guys. Okay, my immediate thought on that is this. Let's take it first off. So I can talk about it easier. This thing right behind the throne is the thing that it makes me think about. There's this. There's this, like, secret panel. One of the other rooms that has to do with crowns has a secret panel on this northern side. Does that mean anything? I don't think so. But why does throne room only face north? Also, if I were to find a Arendian key, this would be a room to think about. Is it in your hands or something? Purely from a, like, there's only a, I mean, how many black rooms are there? Treasure Trove, Throne Room, Tomb, Armory is half, and then, and Treasure Trove is like the, not the solution, but like the effect. What is the cause? Does that make sense? Like, if Treasure Trove is the lock, what's the key? In a literal sense. Probably one of the other black rooms, right? Oh my god, I fucking love this game. Why can't you rotate it? Now I want to try and rotate. To me, this room is tied to this room. They both have crowns. No, the other one doesn't have a crown, but it says reclaim the crown. Is that the paper crown, by the way, right there? This drawing of a crown? It almost looks more like a jester hat. Now, hold up. What does the crown look like in Red Prince? It don't look like this looks like it's made of, it looks like it's floppy, like it's made of paper. I don't remember exactly what this looked like though. I've had it. We probably ought to get that crown again. Okay. I can't believe I can't rotate it. That's so weird. But it's weird in the way that, like, does that point to something? Does it point to something? Or, and if so, what does it point to? Or is that a weird, like, this room always has to, I don't know. There could be a completely unnecessary, like a normal reason for it to not be able to rotate, but we need keys. There's a chance commissary would sell keys. Break room literally gives you keys. I don't know what I'm saying. Why did I almost not take it? I don't have the key card, so I don't know that I can draft from Foundation later. Let's go north here. I was gonna say, should I go south? But then I've caused myself a dead end, kind of, so. Let's take keys from here. So, oh boy. 10 times 1 twice is 10. 10 times 2 is 20. Oh my god. 4. -4. Let me get my cheat sheet out. -4. Plus 1 is -3. Plus 2 is -1. Squared is 1. Squared is 1. Minus? Oh shit, you never do this one though. Fuck. Okay, start from the beginning. -4 plus 1 is -3. Squared is -3 times -3 is 9. Squared is 81. 81 minus... So 71? 31? 11? Oh, shit. No! Why? It's fine. It's fine. It's the one time I didn't really want this. Oh, no. Are we dead? Oh, shit. It's fine if we are. We can just give it another go. We need keys. I mean, we... Closed exhibit can be rotated. Bunk room can't, but that's because of the entrance. We should take music room here. No more gems. We do get a key. Little prism key action, a little normal key action, a little denoted inverse. Another break room for more steps. Lose half your footsteps. I think we probably just do break room and then come back when it's after we've dug all the way up tunnel. Right? Give us some extra keys here. I'd take 2 normal keys, please. 5, 22. Minus 18 is 4. Squared is 16. That's a warm-up. Half of 1. 0.5. Divided by 10. Dog, I don't know. 0.5 divided by 10. 0.05. Plus 20. Times 0.5. Rounded to the nearest. Is it 10? Dear Christ. And it's secret garden key. Fuck me. I'm working hard. We'll take secret garden key right here. We get a couple extra dig spots. We get the chance to keep drafting. The dig spots don't really matter. I just want to... Mostly the reason I'm keeping going here is if I get a bunch of keys, that's probably overall better. The store is already unlocked. Shit. Wait, did we do Secret Garden outside? Was that today? Yeah, it was. So you can get Secret Garden twice. Like, the Secret Garden key still spawns. That's not exactly like removing it from the draft pool. The keys kind of force the draft pool, is the way I think of it, in terms of a mechanic. So drafting it outside may or may not still remove something from the draft pool. We don't know. Secret Garden key is a it's a locked room behind a special door. I don't want to use my other key, so we're just going to leave it there. Okay. So, let's go all the way back. Let's get some dig spots. We need to go where exactly? Courtyard. Then security. Then down to the corner. There's so much fruit. I don't really think I need it. I'll eat it anyways. I don't have enough to get the silver spoon. That costs more. I don't really know that I even want the silver spoon. I'm thinking, like, some of these items are going to be held on to till tomorrow. I will deposit shovel so that it does not... So that it stays in coat check, right? I only have one key. Makes me kind of nervous. I was really hoping we get a second key before we got to the end here. I don't want to spend it on the... I probably shouldn't have spent that one on the chest either. Give me a key. God damn it, give me a key. It's not necessarily going to be locked, but I'd hate to get this far and then strike out. Oh my god, we're going to strike out. Does prism key work here? Let's use a normal key, then see what happens. I think it does, right? But let's read the description. Yeah. Okay. It'll work. Oh, yeah. Prism key should work here, meaning even if this door is locked. His tunnel is guaranteed to show up, and I don't think you would break that. Let's try it. I don't think you would break that by saying hallways have to show up. Tunnel is a hallway. Let's go. Okay. We have a couple gems. So exactly what we got on the last time we did this. Doesn't really matter, but now we can say that we've done it. And probably check tunnels off of our list in turn. You can't rotate tunnels. No, I was sitting here being like, can you rotate tunnels? Is there anything else to do with tunnels? I don't think you could rotate it because there's only one. We still may draw it outside at some point just because I think it would be fun to do. But all right, so now the new plan is, the rest of the plan is go back to, we need to deposit our shovel. We need to go back to throne room to draw it outside. See what happens in the next run. Is there anything else I need to do before I call it a day? I don't think so. No. So to get there, we go to the end, then left. Cool. Can eat dinner. Porterhouse steak. Extra money. Extra footsteps, I should say, because we have money with our showroom. Okay. As we go, we think through which of these rooms would be great in a outdoors. Check the shovel so that it's always there. Coat check. Let's go. This could be an interesting one. I don't know that it will be, but it could be an interesting one to draft outside. Unfortunately, you're going to have to find out what happens in the next episode. We're going to call that right there, and we'll draft it in the next one. Or we'll start the next day in the next episode. Thanks so much for watching. I feel like we're cooking. Now, are we cooking something edible? I'm not exactly sure. But a big discovery about the fact that there is a secret chest, the true treasure of the trove, as I'm calling it, inside of the outdoor treasure trove. I can't wait. To figure out what the fuck, how I get that key. We'll find out. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my ramblings on the blueprints topic today, and we'll see you in the next episode. Until then, don't forget to leave a like on the video. Thanks so much for hanging out as I puzzle my way through. Bye.